What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another freaking video by Mystar. Haven't been on here in a freaking while because I've just been really immersed in my life, right? And really noticing as well, like, the importance of real life versus online. Um, Definitely online for me has served a purpose earlier on in my journey, but just the last couple weeks or months, I don't know how long it's been, but just noticing how online isn't exactly serving me the same purpose that it was before. And as before, it was more of a chance for me to really like expand and grow and take my spirit to the next level, right? Especially because of where I was at the start. If you're new to the channel, you can definitely check out like earlier videos. You'll be able to see you can clearly see a lot of the stuff I struggle with or struggled with at the start, such as lack of confidence, lack of motivation, all types of shit, just very much seeing myself in that old space and then seeing myself take myself to the next space and then allowing myself to actually look back and reflect now. And yeah, I'm definitely in a different era of my life. Like a lot of the issues and a lot of the things that I was trying to grow into or expand out of are not really things that I'm dealing with anymore. Like I'm very much evolved and grown and taken myself to the next level that I was anticipating for myself or trying trying to achieve for myself at the start. So honestly, just thinking as well now, just giving myself that like self applause, my internal applause and internal pat on the back type shit. Because yeah, I'm just seeing as well how I've kind of outgrown that phase of my life. Not saying that I'm not going to make videos or anything, but I'm just at a phase right now where I'm really kind of analyzing and paying attention to what is making videos actually do for me as an individual, right? How is this actually benefiting me? How is this actually helping me? Because it's important, it's important to really analyze these things and to know why you're doing things. What are your motivations? And if my motivations originally started off with me wanting to use this as a tool for myself to grow, for myself to obtain some skills, you know, for myself to learn as well. It was a really good opportunity for me to learn. And even for myself to manifest as well. Really. So, now that I've obviously achieved a lot of that, or manifested, or grown through a lot of that, it's just, yeah, I'm at an introspective type of phase. So, yeah, anyways, enough about me. I don't want to talk too much about me. I want to talk about like second house type shit, my values, my talents, what I have to offer, rather than like first house, my personal life, my personal affairs, all of that type of shit. Excuse my yawning, guys. Excuse my yawning. It's late. So, and I noticed this tends to happen when I jump and put the freaking YouTube video on. I tend to yawn. But anyways, so yeah, lately I've been delving into my botany type of side where I'm really like learning about the different benefits of plants and extracting those benefits, extracting certain nutrients and things from plants so that I can use them for all types of shit. Anyways, recently I made some soap out of leaves, out of English ivy, which is really cool. So yeah, actually let me know, guys, if you would like to see me like kind of break down my recipe that I did, because actually a lot of the ingredients, especially if you live in Australia or New Zealand, a lot of the ingredients that I make my soap out of is usually stuff you can find pretty nearby. And if not, there'll be some other ingredients that you'll be able to sub them for that you'll be able to find nearby. But yeah, it's really cool just seeing those kind of things play out. And even just with my skin, like ever since I made that soap, I've been using it on my face, washing my face with it. And I've actually noticed my skin looks clearer, it looks more like consistent, all types of shit. So yeah, that's cool as. Been delving into that. Been analyzing those kind of stuff. Just really trying to focus on like as best I can, building up my skills, accumulating, manifesting and trying to materialize off of my skills and type, using my creativity in other ways other than online. So yeah, I'm more probably going to lean towards sharing a lot of that stuff anyway, because I think that's more important at the moment, just at the current phase that I'm in my life. But, I still think it's important to as well raise awareness or to talk about and be aware of certain things that's going on in the world. I just think, yeah, at the moment it's a little bit tired, Some things is a little bit tired, so, if it's tired, bitch, sometimes you gotta put that shit down. Oh, I don't want to be spending my time on shit that's tired. So, there's something else I anticipated to say. But yeah, I've been a lot on TikTok Live as well. That's one thing I've been noticing. See, the way I talk about myself, you can tell that I see myself in a third person type of way a lot of the time, which is more of a natural way to see yourself anyway. As a spirit, I'm the observer. I'm observing this person, this being that you're seeing right in front of you. A lot of people they see themselves in first person, but a lot of the time, without knowing it, without realizing it, consciously thinking it, I'm seeing myself in third person because I'm realizing that I'm the observer of this body, of this mind, you know? But yeah, been going on TikTok a lot. And it's funny, it's real interesting to notice the differences too. It's real interesting to notice the differences. And that's one thing I did want to say actually. I wanted to talk about a few things that were happening on TikTok, but yeah. I'm waiting for the right way and the right time to articulate those things. So, one thing I noticed about TikTok was there's a lot more traffic, a lot more people will come through on your live, but also partly I think that's probably because there's a large amount of bots too. So it's not necessarily always organic traffic. A lot of the time it's bots trying to, like, because TikTok uses bots to push certain videos into the algorithm. I'm sure YouTube uses bots too, but apps like TikTok, Bigo, they use bots at a on a larger scale and in a much more obvious way. As opposed to YouTube, it's kind of seems to be on a more smaller scale and it's not as obvious. Or if it is obvious, it's that even more just points to the fact that it's in an even more smaller scale than I'd originally thought. So yeah, it's very, very interesting to see things play out when you're on live on TikTok and you're doing things on TikTok versus on YouTube. Because as well, it comes with a lot more trolls. Definitely seems like a lot more psyopy when it comes to TikTok. There's a lot more psyops going on when it comes to, you know, the shadow government and shit trying to manipulate and control certain narratives, right? So it's just important to be mindful of that if you're going on live on TikTok, or even, possibly not just live, but just on normal videos on TikTok as well. Because you don't want to be fucking caught up in some psyop and not realizing it. So you've got to be very clairvoyant when you're going around, even just online in general. It's definitely, I'm noticing how online is definitely a tool for the shadow government to use as psyops. Now it's like the modern day news or the modern day newspaper type shit. So you have to be mindful when you're coming online, especially if you're going to be creating content. Excuse me, I'm just moving the camera around because my arm's getting a little bit tired, but I'll end the video soon anyway, so it won't be much longer of me moving the camera around. So yeah, you gotta be strong if you wanna jump on here and make content. Because if you're not strong, you're gonna be used as a tool, as a puppet to try shift certain narratives and shift your own perspective or shift other people's perspective. And I know 99% of people do not want to be used as a tool or as a puppet. But when it comes to online content creators, like about a good large chunk of content creators, especially the popular ones, are being used as puppets. So, you know, that's just something to be mindful of if you do want to start making content, if you do want to start putting things online and sharing yourself online. Like, online is not like real life. It's not like that. It's very controlled. It's very, like, there's a lot more manipulation going on when it comes to online. So just being mindful of that if you are thinking of coming on. Because, yeah, one example I can think of, because a lot of people will be like, yeah, you say that, but like, what's the example? I'm all about examples, so I hear you when you're thinking that kind of shit, because I'll be the same I'll be the same person. Like, I would be you, watching this video. Like, okay, you say that it's controlled, but like, where's the facts? Where's the proof? So one thing I can say is on TikTok they have their whole agency type thing, right? On their agencies, they seem very, very, like, simple. They don't seem like there's much going on. Like, but if you hear what they say, it does seem sus, when they give you their offers, because it's like, okay, well, what, you're just gonna support me And that's that. Like, they don't ask for anything in return. So already that throws red flags up for me, right? And I'm very picky with those kind of stuff because I was on Bigo once and I was part of an agency and they gave similar promises. So, but then when push comes to shove with Bigo, you have to fucking break an arm and a leg just to like barely meet your quota to be able to get paid. So when it comes to TikTok, I don't really think it's any different because they use the same systems, the same words, the same ideas, like agencies, families, and all types of shit, and they have the same kind of ranking system or similar ranking system. Excuse me, guys, my freaking nose is sore right now. Yeah, similar ranking system type. Anyways, I had considered it, right? I was sitting there and I was like, maybe this might not be too bad. I'd thought about it with the agencies and then I sat on it and then I meditated and then I sun gazed and I moon gazed about it, right? And then I came to the conclusion like, hold on, these motherfuckers need me more than I need them. So I don't think that I should be just fucking giving in any willy-nilly. At the end of the day, I'm my own fucking leader. I'm my own agency. I don't need nobody at the end of the day. Unless it's fucking real life, real connections. Online is just whatever. So I decided not to reply and accept their invitation to the families, right? And it was funny because all the while they were asking me to get into their family, that my views had gone up like quite big, right? Like probably right like between 50 to 200, sometimes even a little bit more views on my lives, right? But then as soon as I decided not to join the agency and I just completely left them on red and didn't reply, now my views started dropping. But that's not the weird part, right? The weird part is not only did my views start dropping, but the amount of trolls started increasing. And so I started to click. I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. This is another psyop type shit. So they put your views up, make you think you're doing something right, make you think you're getting somewhere right. Anytime your views start increasing out of nowhere or blowing up, you're getting scouted by a Freemason. So you can be seen if you're going to be used as a puppet or not, right? And then if you can't be used as a puppet, or if you don't accept some sort of deal like their agencies or whatever the fuck, then you end up getting put back into that category of not being put into the algorithm. So your views start dropping. And then they'll start to attack your character, and certain trolls will come in to make you think or feel like, oh, maybe I did something wrong type shit. Maybe I was in the wrong, or maybe I did, and so you start questioning and doubting yourself. It's a sick game that they play, like when it comes to controlling the algorithm and manipulating the narrative. So that's why I say it's important for you to be aware, because you'll think that you did something wrong simply because your views went down. Whole time you were talking about the same thing. Nothing fucking changed. So why would anything change in terms of those views? If people were enjoying your videos before, they're going to enjoy your videos after. Unless those people that were enjoying your videos, majority of them weren't actual people. They were just bots. And it was used to manipulate and make you think that you were doing the right thing. And then whole time, the right thing was you messaging and replying to a whole bunch of agencies that were blowing up your freaking chat. So you got to be vigilant out here with this shit, You can't be fucking dilly-dallying. And I know for a fact that this was actually true, that they were actually manipulating the algorithm and the narrative. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. As clear as day, it's obvious as fuck. Especially with the trolls. Like, it's one thing for my videos to drop, my views to drop, right? But for the trolls to come in at the exact same time, and now all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of people coming into the live saying a whole bunch of stuff, like making me feel like I'm demoralized, or trying to make me feel like I should doubt myself, trying to make me feel like I'm not like doing something right, like whatever the case may be. It's all bullshit to me. I see right through the fucking illusions. So you can't fuck with me at the end of the day. But one thing you can do is fuck with yourself. And that's the only thing you can really do when you're around me, I've noticed. You can try to get into my space or try to manipulate. You might even succeed for like a moment. But that's just another way for me to be able to grow and expand, and to see, oh, okay, that's another way I can put up a defense system to be able to attack that energy, so that next time it comes around, it won't be succeeding. So I'm just constantly growing and evolving. I'm just constantly training myself spiritually and physically and mentally, so that I can become stronger as a spirit. But yeah, just thought I'll jump on and spit some shit. Be vigilant out here, guys. Don't fucking fall for no bullshit. And definitely don't fall for no motherfucking people trying to make you into a puppet, alright? I'll see you guys for the next video. Mystar out. Watcha.